Welcome back to the Sneaking Into the Movies podcast. I'm Max Nathan.
And I'm Norman Davis. Me and Max, we got a lot to talk about today. We got one battle after another, but we're going to catch up with y'all, tell you what we've been up to, what we've been watching. Welcome back to Sneaking Into the Movies.
Yep, one podcast after another.
Woo!
One, two, three.
Norman, I have not spoken with you in a long time like this. How have you been?
It's been a while. I've been pretty good. School ramping up for me. Life, I had some car problems, but we got them figured out. So
yeah,
that's awesome. I had it until yesterday, been in the movies since Weapons came out. I know, I am a fake cinephile. I'm a fake film fan.
We're supposed to be saving cinema here, and you're just sleeping on the job.
If a fucking studio gives me a movie to save cinema over, I'll go and see it. But September was a very slow month for movies, so
it was, no doubt.
It was the right time for a little hiatus. Obviously, we have one battle after another today. There are movies coming out for like the next 2 months straight that we are excited for, varying levels.
Of course.
But yeah, we are back here in business. But Max, I did do a little catch up during our break.
Yep, I gotta know what you're watching.
So, what did I watch? I'll start with the movies that came out this year that I missed.
Okay.
This time of year, I usually like to try to make a list of everything I haven't seen that's already come out in the year, not just like what's to come out. I'll start with one that I know you didn't like. I watched Highest to Lowest. I watched it at home. Yeah, it wasn't great. I feel like I liked it more than most people who didn't, but yeah, I wasn't too impressed. The first hour felt like a joke, just straight up. Kind of felt like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
But I thought it picked up a decent amount in the second half. I was actually kind of invested.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't great. I know you saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I think you had a more negative reaction than me.
I think I did. It just did not feel like it was up to par for a Spike Lee and Denzel joint. I just thought everything felt a little off. The score is super weird and, in my opinion, inappropriate.
I was kind of rocking with the score. I know people
Interesting,
weren't.
okay.
There were parts where I was like, okay, I totally see what's going on here. It was just like RPG music. I thought it was, it's definitely a little strange, but yeah, there were parts where like the movie was just boring and stupid, and then I'd like hear the music and I'd be like, this is so, like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and it's kind of like, it's like Oppenheimer, where it's just kind of like happening over the score is just dominating the movie, basically.
Yeah.
And if it works for you, I could see it, working for you, because it's, like I said, it's always there.
I would say it kind of worked for me more than not, but
Okay.
I understand people's complaints. It is a little out of place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that one. It's a remake of what I could probably say is one of the best movies I've ever seen, with High and Low, that we talked about here a little while ago.
Sneaking into the classics. Check it out.
Sneaking into the classics, yeah. That was a good movie. Very, 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 very good movie. But yeah, anything else on Highest to Lowest, or should I get to my next one? Because I know you've seen this next one too.
Yeah. Final note on Highest to Lowest would be it was kind of disappointing to see New York pictured on a bunch of green screens throughout the movie. Like, Spike is probably, he's a quintessential New York filmmaker. And
Yeah, it's like him and Marty, really.
Yeah, there's just so many shots in that movie that I was like, that they're not in New York. They're either on a soundstage in, Atlanta or wherever they film these Apple movies. I don't know. But, so many shots of, the New York skyline from Denzel's apartment. It's just like, yeah, they're not there. So
Look like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
A little bit. Some rough green screen stuff in Highest to Lowest.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was an interesting contrast from the High and Low movie, where we were talking about how like they
It's like the nicest looking movie ever.
Yeah, the shots of the city, they did like miniatures for the landscape in the background when they look out the window, and there's just a lot more craftsmanship there. They kind of cut corners on this new one, and I didn't really think it looked too great. But let's get on to the next thing.
Next one, I'm like super duper late on this one. I just straight up had no one to see it with in theaters for whatever reason. So I just didn't see it in theaters, but it's on Max now. I finally watched Friendship.
Oh my God, yes.
It was awesome. It was hilarious. I love Tim Robinson. I think You Should Leave. I'm very excited for his new show.
The Chair Company.
Chair Company. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I know a couple episodes that are directed by, I don't know his name, but the director of A Different Man, which was like one of my favorite movies of last year.
Very
cool. A movie I thought was fucking hilarious. So very excited for that. But yeah, Friendship, I don't got a ton to say other than it was really funny. If you like Tim Robinson and that kind of weird, uncomfortable humor, it's very Gen Z humor, I guess. I don't know a better way to put it, but
yeah, it's like that asynchronous kind of weird, over the top comedy.
Yeah, like everyone me and Max's age has this thing called brain fog, and we're all kind of freaks and like nothing feels right. And I think this movie captures that real well. Very funny. It was nice to see Conor O'Malley. I love Conor O'Malley. I've been watching him on YouTube for like damn near 10 years now, so it's so validating to see him pop up and stuff. He's in the newest episode of Smiling Friends.
Oh my God.
I don't know. They posted a little teaser from the next episode, and they're helping out a goofy looking guy played by Conor O'Malley. So
sounds incredible.
Very cool. Yeah, very funny movie. Very strange movie. Yeah, that's about all I got to say about Friendship. Anything you want to say about Friendship?
I thought it was really funny and good. I love Tim Robinson, Conor O'Malley as well. Great stuff. Great scene between the two of them.
Oh yeah.
Couple scenes Conor O'Malley gets. Yeah, good movie.
Good movie. And then my last catch-up movie was Honey Don't.
Okay. Yep. I did not see that.
You did not see it. I thought I had a good time with it. It like falls off a cliff at the end.
Okay.
It just kind of abruptly stops, and it doesn't really feel deserved on what's going on in the movie.
Okay.
But I had a good time. I liked Drive Away Dolls, the last one.
Yep.
I thought that was a good time. I think I put on my letterbox, but like a mid-tier Coen brother movie. It's better than most movies coming out these days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, like great cast, Margaret Qualley, Chris Evans is a lot of fun. I love Charlie Day. I'm a big Sonny head, so anytime those guys pop up in anything, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time though. I definitely recommend it. I doubt it's even playing in theaters anymore.
Yeah, it's probably Amazon Prime.
It's like less than 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, I think, worth a watch. Nothing to trip over on the way to go see it, but definitely something to check out.
I will be checking out Drive Away Dolls and Honey Don't eventually, but I have not seen them yet.
Yeah, but those were the movies of this year I kind of caught up on. I watched Superman again. That came to HBO Max.
Yep. Got my little 4K here.
Sheesh. Yeah, I need to get that. I saw that online the other day, and I was so close because I know once they settle that, it's gonna be like the most ugly ass floating heads cover ever. But yeah, I really like Superman. That was a really fun movie. While we were gone, Man of Tomorrow was announced. We haven't talked about that yet. It's a sequel to Superman. James Gunn is it's not a sequel. It's a sequel to Superman.
Yeah.
Superman Lex team up movie. It's coming out in less than 2 years. Max, how do you feel about this?
It's fantastic news. I mean, I loved Superman. It's very high on my year-end list at the moment. Didn't think it would be when I first saw the movie, but it's climbed up there. Really, really love that movie. Really love what James Gunn's doing with DC right now. And couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of that, you've been watching Peacemaker?
I have been watching Peacemaker.
What do you think of Peacemaker Season 2 so far?
At first, I thought, this is okay. Like, I kind of, like, even the first season of Peacemaker, I didn't, like, get, like, super, over the moon about it. I didn't love it. I thought it was very entertaining and fun. And it's about superheroes, so I was in no matter what. Basically, I'm an easy target for these things. But with where they're going in the last couple, are we going to do spoilers for Peacemaker? Should we give a spoiler warning?
Spoiler warning. We're talking about Peacemaker spoilers.
Yeah.
I feel like of our listeners, everyone who would have been caught up is caught up, and everyone who's not watching is not watching. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about the latest episode without spoiling it. So you've been warned. Leave. If you don't want to hear Peacemaker spoilers, just fast forward like 2 minutes or whatever. I'll put a link in the little description for you on Apple and Spotify. So, the plot twist in this last episode, where they are apparently on Earth X, a world in which the Nazis won World War II. That is a fun little concept there, and it's really exciting turn on the show. And yeah, no, what did you think about it?
I liked it too. I know you're a pretty online guy too, and I think it was getting pretty obvious that was kind of the for those of y'all who don't care about spoilers and aren't watching, like Peacemaker goes to this other world, and people quickly notice there are only white people in this world, and all of the flags were covered. So yeah, I still think they did a great job with like this episode. I like this season. I really liked the first season. Probably it sounds like more than you did. This season though, I think every other episode feels like nothing happens. I think this episode and the last episode could have just been one episode.
Oh yeah, totally. I 100% agree with that.
That's my bit. It feels like the status quo only changes like every 2 episodes, and every other week it's just an episode of being like, we're kind of in the same place. We know a little more, but we're pretty much in the same place. And it's kind of how I felt with this episode. Cool to see Lex Luthor again. I didn't find that too surprising. It just, I don't know. I don't know if that was like blew you away or anything that he popped up.
It did not. Because James Gunn has been walking around town saying, like, oh, we filmed, the Justice Gang scene in the beginning of the season on the weekends during Superman, and that wasn't the only stuff we filmed during the weekends on Superman. So I thought, Lex Luthor or someone was coming out. I think we talked a while ago about how it was like Otis and the other assistant in the Lex Luthor room. They were in some trailers a while back. Maybe before they decided that was going to be a big reveal. I don't know. But they'll probably be around. So
let me ask you.
We'll see.
Before we end our Peacemaker talk, is Superman popping up? Feels like everyone from Superman other than Superman has popped up in this show. Is it happening? I mean, he technically sort of did. Not really, though. That was a CGI. Shadow.
I'm going to bet on no. That seems like the easiest answer. What do you think?
I don't know where he would, but it just feels like he's going to pop up. I don't know why. Just because, like, the fact that they did film this, like, there's so many pictures of the Peacemaker and Superman cast together and stuff. I know they were filming them, like, next door or whatever, and I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I have an idea of where he would pop up, and it's probably is there a Superman in the Earth X universe?
Oh, that's a good point. But
we do. I think we're like oversaturated on the evil Superman stuff.
We're past evil Superman.
Yeah, that's my one caveat with that. Although it's kind of fun, the idea of seeing that Superman movie and then immediately go into another universe and seeing the alternate dark version of that character. That could be fun. Could be interesting.
I don't know. I'm curious. My big thing with like this Peacemaker other world. I mean, James Gunn hasn't flat out said it's Earth X yet. And just the way Vigilante was talking about Peacemaker, it seems like I don't think it was like the Nazis won. It seems like something's happened like in that world that like Chris and his dad and his brother were involved with.
What do you think? Know. What are you thinking though? I like
they were just doing some evil shit, and I don't know. I mean, also, this sounds crazy if you haven't seen the show, but the way we find out about this world is there's a black character named Adebayo. She goes on a walk in this world, and everyone just like freaks out and starts chasing her because she's black. And Peacemaker's brother Keith walks by and says one of them got out.
Yeah,
which
yes.
Doesn't seem very like if the Nazis won.
I mean,
I don't know. I guess we'll see, but that's kind of my thing. I feel like the top trio, I think they're called, definitely had something to do with this white supremacist world, especially because
are you kind of going down the rabbit hole of like some kind of similar to how our Peacemaker's origin works? Maybe they found some kind of mystical artifact and altered their universe, and maybe
I don't know, but I don't know if I feel like if it's a world where like the Nazis won and there were only just white people, like they wouldn't even know what black people were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe they won't explain what happened other than the fact that it's just like that. But the fact that he said one of them got out, rather than just being like, "What the fuck?" or whatever.
Yeah, no. There were two big like, what does that mean? Lines, and that was one of them. And then the second one I thought being basically everything that alternate universe Vigilante says about the Sons of Liberty and I'm against Peacemaker and all that. I want to see everything. Like, I love that, even in the Nazi universe, Vigilante is at least morally straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seemingly. We don't know too much, but I like that he always has this consistent, boyish desire to do good, I guess, even though he chops people up and has 17,000 pounds of cocaine in his basement or whatever.
It's blood money, man.
Yeah. Can't take that. Can't spend that.
But yeah, anything else on Peacemaker? I guess we can check back in. We got 2 more episodes. We'll probably go over that once the finale drops.
Yep. We can check back in on that. Do you have anything else? Because I wanted to run through Fantastic Fest real quick.
I think I'm all good. I mean, I rewatched some other movies I like, but nothing.
Okay.
I rewatched a couple PTAs and stuff. But yeah. Why don't you tell us what you've been up to, Max? I know you've been watching some movies.
I've been watching movies all week. Went to Fantastic Fest. Saw some great things. Gonna just speed round it real quick. Gonna pull out the letterbox. See what I saw, because I saw 10 movies. A nice round, even number. So the first movie I saw was The Curse, directed by Kenichi Ugana. Didn't love that. Road to Vendetta, which is an action movie. It's kind of like a revenge-style action movie, kind of like similar to John Wick. And that was directed by Albert Joe Kuying. Sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. I thought that movie was good. Liked it. I thought it looked great. It has some really superb lighting, really moody. Lots of, blues and oranges, stimulate the brain. Mm-hmm. Another movie called Body Blow I liked. That movie's like a gay crime noir type thing. And it was really funny and good. Next thing is Reflection in a Dead Diamond. Very experimental movie. Had some really cool looking images. I did not like it. Thought it was, just a lot of pretty pictures, but not a lot going on.
Yeah.
The Forbidden City. I thought there was a little bit too much going on there for one movie. And I thought it ended like 5 times before it actually did. Not great there, but it had some highlights. It had some cool action. You know, it has a romance, and it's kind of, you know, the two characters were kind of cool, but not too much to glom onto there for me. Apophyniacs, which ties into Peacemaker a little bit because Sean Gunn was in that movie. And that movie is about a kid who's using a bunch of like deep fake videos to fuck with people, and it's kind of a horror movie about like what happens when you manipulate people. I thought that movie was pretty good, and you know, Sean Gunn was pretty funny as always. And I think it's hard. We've talked about this before. It's kind of hard to incorporate like contemporary technology into movies, just in general.
Yeah.
It's almost always cringe, and I thought they did it in a really cool way in that movie. Deathstalker, the latest Steven Kostanski movie. Norman, have you seen a Steven Kostanski movie?
What are some of them?
Psycho Goreman, Frankie Frico, The Void, which I haven't seen, which seems a little bit more different from
any of
the
these
ones.
movies.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to tap in on Frankie Frico because I think you would love it, and I think you would really like Deathstalker as well. But that's not out yet, I don't think. We'll see what happens there. Frankie Frico is out, but it is. Nobody's doing it like him, just flat out. I think that this might be, in my opinion, one of the most underrated filmmakers working today. What he's doing with like craft, like actual like production design and puppets and practical effects is like on the independent level is really, really incredible. I probably liked Frankie Frico more than I did this Deathstalker movie, although this Deathstalker movie was excellent. It has Daniel Bernhardt, who is the titular Deathstalker. You've seen him from he's in a bunch of action. He's in Logan. He's in Ballerina. He's in Nobody. He's in a bunch of action movies. He's a guy that, you know, probably knows how to do this choreography.
Sure.
And Patton Oswalt does a voice in the movie, and they're kind of the two leads of the movie. Very good. I'm gonna need you to check out Frankie Frico because that movie.
I'll put it on my list.
Good. Sisu 2. Didn't see Sisu 1. I thought Sisu 2 was really fucking funny and excellent. It's way more Tom and Jerry than it is John Wick. So I didn't know that going in, and I found that very appealing. I thought it was very funny and good, and there's almost a slapstick nature to the action in the movies with some really cool set pieces. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Christmas horror movie, remake of a movie from the 80s. I thought this was really good. Kind of like a Backdoor Venom sequel. There's a guy in his head. There's a serial killer that basically possessed him. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like telling him who to kill and things like that. And he kills people dressed up as Santa. There is a really great scene in this movie that I won't spoil. That is fantastic. I can't say anything else about that, but it's really good. There's a really good scene in that movie. If you've seen it, you probably know what I am alluding to. And the final movie I saw at Fantastic Fest was Begonia. And that movie was incredible, dude. Like, it's one of those movies that it's something I desperately want to talk about, but even more desperately don't want to spoil anything for anybody. It's one of those movies you really have to, I think, go in. I had seen a trailer, but go in cold for, in the sense that you're just, you know, watching Begonia. Don't read anything about this movie. Don't look at anything about this movie. Just go experience it. Let it take you on the ride. Yeah, Yorgos and Will Tracy being the screenwriter. Just an absolute, just a brilliant movie. Not going to say anything else. But yes.
I'm very excited.
Easily one of the best movies I saw this year. And definitely the best movie I saw at Fantastic Fest. And the last thing I saw this after Fantastic Fest, is Megadoc. That is an awesome documentary about the making of Megalopolis. They show you every bump and snag they hit in the production. They show you Shia LaBeouf and Coppola's relationship in depth, and it's really, really entertaining and interesting. You get to see the way that Coppola, feels about the making of this movie as he's making it, as they go through the stages of just unbridled optimism, which is kind of what the movie ends up being about and what it's intended to be. And then they hit so many bumps in the road, and you can kind of see how the actors are reacting to the fact that this movie may not be what they thought it was when they signed up to do it. And it's a really interesting portrait of that. And I liked Megalopolis.
So I did too. I know we were big fans here on Sneaking in the Movies, so I definitely got to check that out whenever it's available for me to watch.
Yep. So, that's the end of my long speed round. It was not that speedy, but I tried.
You didn't watch Him, right?
I did not. Did you? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I've
Haven't,
heard it's pretty awful.
I don't think... Yeah, we haven't seen Him, Big Bold Beautiful Journey, or the Demon Slayer movie.
Or The Conjuring.
Those were big movies that came out in our hiatus. I don't think I would go see a couple of those movies for research purposes for this podcast. Some of them are not, down my...
I'd probably only see Demon Slayer out of those movies
Really, I would see Him before I saw anything else, even though I saw the trailers and I was like, I don't think that looks very good. But, just I like Marlon Wayans, I like Tyreek Withers, I like Jordan Peele, who's not that involved. He's just a producer, but...
Poor guy, people think he directed that movie.
Yeah.
That whole marketing was Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't direct it, though.
No.
His movie actually got pulled off the schedule.
Yeah, Universal took his movie off the calendar because of this.
I think he's in an interesting crossroads in his career as a filmmaker. I mean, he lost the bidding war on Weapons. He tried to bid on Nightmare on Elm Street, but I think A24 won that.
There's a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie coming out?
There always is, man.
Damn.
It might be a show. I don't know. But yeah, it just seems like he can't really get his next script going. I mean, take his time. Nope is still one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will be very excited to see whatever he does next. Directs, at least. Or produces, and it doesn't look really bad.
Yes. I would agree with that statement. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get into the main course here?
I think I'm pretty caught up movie-wise.
Now, we are here to talk about what we've hyped up to be the movie of the year. And Norman, did it live up to your expectations?
Yep. This is probably movie of the year. There's still a couple more months, but everything I've seen this year, easily. There's a couple movies that I did really, really like, but I mean, this just blew me away.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson, I think I might have told you this, but he's like probably my favorite filmmaker, just straight up. Just all hits, no misses. Every one of his movies aged like fine wine. Just like the more I revisit them, the more I like them. But yeah, I mean, I'm less than 24 hours out of getting out of it, and
same.
It was really, really, really good. One battle after another. What about you, Max? How did you feel about it?
I loved it too. I mean, what are you gonna say? Like, it's a really incredible achievement, I think, in his filmography. I think this is probably, I mean, it's definitely his biggest movie in terms of scale, in terms of the budget, in terms of the IMAX 70mm of it all, which I did get to see it in, which was incredible.
I just got standard IMAX, but they're showing it in 70mm in Austin, not IMAX, but I'm going to try and go check it out because a buddy of mine went today.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, just like the fact that I saw a PTA movie in IMAX. I mean, it cost almost $200 million to make, like all this crazy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so good.
The other thing I noticed too, the guy, when you go to like the 70mm shows, the guy comes out at the beginning and gives you the rundown on how 70mm works. And he said at the top, he was like, most of this movie is in, the full 4:3 standard IMAX 70mm aspect ratio, but some of it will be letterboxed. But I didn't notice it change at any point. I thought it was like full. Like,
I mean, I saw standard IMAX and it was full the entire time.
Yeah, I don't think it. I think it was all IMAX. So pretty cool stuff from Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, no, I mean, such a gamble, really. I mean, financially wise, for Warner Brothers to give someone that amount of money. I think the highest grossing PTA movie before this made $77 million. That's not even half the budget of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's talking about it's going to flop. It doesn't matter. The movie got made. It was really good. Warner Brothers, was it 7 or 6 movies they've had in a row that have made over 40 million opening weekend and gone on to be huge successes. Every movie since Mickey 17, which was another movie made by an auteur for a lot more money than they usually work with. And I liked Mickey 17. I didn't love it, especially in the grand scheme of Bong movies. But yeah, I'm just glad they take gambles like this. I mean, this is how it used to be with movies, the studios, where they released 10 movies and like half of them would make money, and that would be enough to cover up for everything that didn't make money.
I mean, Warner Brothers is on a fucking roll though. Like, it's said, like, they're taking chances, and some movies hit, some movies don't. But all their movies hit this year, basically, except for Mickey, and
that's it.
We'll see about this. I think I'm optimistic about the box office chances because of the, like, I don't know anybody who hasn't just said this movie is like the greatest movie that's come out this year and maybe this decade. And
yeah, but with the movie making costing this much to make, it's got to reach outside of our bubble.
It does.
I think the politics of this movie are going to piss a lot of people off. It came out at kind of a very, very crazy time.
Tender.
It's always crazy.
It's a tender time.
It's a very tender time. Yeah, I like that word. So I think a lot of people are just going to immediately be turned off. Same with Eddington. I mean, half of my theater walked out of Eddington because there was a bunch of old farts who I just assumed it was just like a Western.
They thought that like Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix would have a gun duel by the end of the movie or something.
Yeah,
like that.
no. And it was about like Kyle Rittenhouse and like COVID masks. And I think with this, I guess, should we just say full spoilers?
Yeah, full spoilers for one battle after another.
For one battle after another. But yeah, like in the first 30 minutes, I think a lot of people are going to decide if they want to stick around for this 3-hour movie or not. A lot of political violence, which is a big thing right now. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm so shocked that a movie this big got made that really just took such a stance on what it believes in. And it's cool. And yeah, with the whole money thing, this movie's not going to make the money a movie like this should. I can see like making its budget back, but like I said, doesn't matter when Minecraft makes $1 billion. Superman's a pretty hefty success. The Conjuring's like the biggest movie ever for some reason. This movie's going to get nominated for 15 Oscars and probably win half of them. That's a win.
So far, what movie this year do you think is going to be most represented at the Oscars in terms of like most nominations?
So far this year, probably this.
I think it's definitely between Sinners and this. I probably lean Sinners at the moment, but it's going to be... No.
This is going to get like a Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor. I think Sinners is going to be... people are getting mad. Sinners is going to be like the Top Gun Maverick, Avatar, Black Panther of the year, where it's a good movie. It's going to get nominated for like Best Picture, Best Director, maybe screenwriting, definitely score. But it's not going to like Michael B. Jordan may get nominated. No one else from that movie is getting nominated for an acting category.
I think Wunmi Mosaku for supporting actress. I think you can lock it.
No way.
Why not? Who else is there?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm wrong.
I'm locking it in right now. Locking it in.
I think Warner Brothers would be very silly to put, if they have 2 baskets for their eggs, they should be dumping all of them into the one battle after another.
They're trying to do both. They're trying to do both things, and they have.
I think they'll both get nominated for Best Picture, no matter what. But I think One Battle will probably get nominated for more and has a better chance of winning more. What's more likely for you to win Best Picture, just out of those 2 movies?
I would bet on Sinners just because it's. We'll see. Like I said, I'm optimistic about One Battle After Another's, staying power and also ability to break out of our bubble and have that continued, positive critical reception. But I would bet on Sinners at the moment just because I think that was the biggest.
Has it really had that staying power, though? Is this a movie that people are still talking about? That's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I thought Sinners was great. I know you did too. I don't think it was a masterpiece or nothing. I don't even think it was Coogler's best, if I'm being completely honest with you.
What do you think is Coogler's best?
Probably Creed 1.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Come on, man.
I forgot about Creed.
Yeah, it's not better than Creed.
Creed's really good.
But yeah, I don't think it. Sinners, as great as it was, Sinners was great. It was a fantastic time. It was really cool. The records it was breaking and like the damn near 0% drop from week 1 to 2. Like, that's amazing. That's really cool. I don't think it's the movie that's going to win 10 Oscars, though. Because even something like Everything Everywhere All at Once was kind of like, in a similar way, like, Sinners isn't like this Oscar, not even Oscar baby, but like this very, very, artsy. It was a very artsy movie, but it was like a good time. It was from the guy who made Black Panther and Creed and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think like Everything Everywhere All at Once, no one would shut the fuck up about that movie for the like entire year, and I don't really see that with Sinners to where like I could see it winning Best Picture. 'Cause, I mean, granted, we probably haven't seen half the movies that'll get nominated.
That's true. It's kind of a tough discussion to have without a bunch of movies not being out yet. But yeah,
I'll tell you right now, just to get into One Battle After Another, I can almost lock in a Sean Penn win.
Sean Penn win?
I don't know who else is going to get nominated for Best Supporting, but I think he might be winning it all. I mean, they might not because he's kind of a freak, but
kind of, yeah, definitely.
He kind of plays himself in this movie. Colonel Lockjaw, which, by the way, what a name, Lockjaw.
His name is his name was Stephen J. Lockjaw.
Stephen J. Lock. That is such a PTA name.
It's a crazy ass name.
Phantom Thread, which is probably my favorite PTA movie. Reynolds Woodcock is the main character. Incredible.
That's the all timer though.
Yeah, that is the all timer. But I think. I guess we'll just start by talking about the acting. Like, I think all those categories, people are going to get nominated. I guess we'll start with the man on the poster, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
Just so incredible in this. Like, he's always good, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio. A movie could suck. He's going to be the best part of it. He's just one of them guys. I thought it was like, this is one of his best performances, I think.
Yeah.
Like, by far. Just start to finish. Just paranoid, crazy, stoner, junkie dad. Just so sick of it. Like, just wants to raise his daughter and get high and hit his vape. He was so good in this.
Yeah.
This is his first time working with PTA, and it just feels like the role is kind of. It is his first time working with PTA. Definitely was his first time, but. Yeah, I mean, PTA is just such a good director. He gets such ridiculously good performances out of people in ways you might not see him. Like, obviously, I think the craziest Tom Cruise performance ever is in Magnolia.
Yeah.
And when PTA, like, has his eye on someone, like with Magnolia and Tom Cruise, he was kind of like, Tom, I'm not making this movie if you don't want to be in it. Kind of felt like this too, where like I can't imagine any other actor kind of doing what Leo was doing there, just so effectively. Any thoughts on Leo that I'm missing here?
Couldn't agree more. I think he is fantastic in the movie. And he kind of goes through, you see him go through the changes. You know, in the beginning of the movie, he's like, you know, this really ambitious revolutionary, and he's young, and he's like, you know, he's really like ambitious, I guess I would say. And then he kind of gets lulled into what I would call some kind of suburban complacency, I would say. And he kind of, you know, loses when you find him at the, you know, I guess start of when the movie gets going, when the action gets going, when the actual story gets going, he is in a very different place in his life. He is not he's still a revolutionary, but he's not like, he forgot all the codes, and he, you know, he doesn't remember how to do certain things, and he's just kind of bumbling and stumbling around, and it's really funny.
Yeah, I love that. I much prefer that to, like, you know, he's getting a call, hey, we need you for one more job or whatever. They got your daughter, you got to blow up this ICE detention center or bank or something if you want her back. Like no, like he's kind of just put that part of his life behind him. Like, he still lives in constant fear and doesn't have a cell phone, and he makes his daughter walk around with that goofy tracker and stuff. But yeah, like he's moved on from that. You know, he did what he could do with the French 75. Because there's a time jump in this movie, and like we meet other characters who we'll get to that are still kind of locked in. And he's not. He just wants his daughter back. He's just running around in his jammies, holding a rifle, just like trying to find his daughter. You know, it was just so good. It was so funny. I mean, like the scene when he's on the phone in Sensei's apartment, just like so good. He couldn't care less about what they're doing, or what, like, I don't care about these codes. I don't care about the secrecy and the message of all this. Like, just give my daughter back.
I loved how it felt like when he's talking to the guy, and the guy keeps asking, what time is it? What time is it? He doesn't know what time it is. What time, the time being a code to get the location for the rendezvous point of his daughter. And it's like he's, you know, arguing with, you know, like an AI customer service situation. And it's really funny and felt topical.
And the guy on the phone is like getting more and more offended.
Yeah.
A lot softer you can feel, which I think is like an interesting thing with a lot of people who call for revolutions. They do it on Twitter. They would never, you know, pick up whatever. Yeah. So I like that aspect of it too. Like, you know, the revolution. You're like such sissies now. Like, not that I'm condoning anything or political violence or anything, but like this idea of like, you know, like we used to go blow up banks, and like you're on the phone saying like you're yelling at me and it's making me anxious.
Yeah.
Like I loved that.
That is interesting. Like the difference between the modern revolutionaries and the back in the day revolutionaries. But I also think, you know, it's kind of cool to see how Leo changes over time. Like I said, he kind of gets lulled into that suburban complacency. I think it's like, you know, it's an interesting metaphor for how, like, you know, like the society that we live in today is built on the backs of, you know, that kind of revolution and, you know, violence, bloodshed even. And, you know,
now we just vote.
Exactly. In the modern day, we just play on our phones all the time and, you know, wait for something to happen.
We just complain and say somebody has to do something, but not me. Somebody has to do something, but not me. And then,
what did you think of Leo's daughter in this movie as well? Because it kind of transitions into, you know, the world that we are, you know, leaving for the youth. Essentially, not us. We are the youth. But what did you think of her? And I liked her a lot. Of the story.
For starters, Chase Infinity was fantastic.
Yes.
I just bought my stocks.
She will be around. Yes.
I'm hoping to pay off my student loans with those. Yeah. Just fantastic. But yeah, no, I really liked it. like she just kind of gets dragged into this. We don't really know how she feels about things. She just wants to kind of be a normal teenager, go to the dance, have a cell phone, which gets her in some big trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the end, she's pretty locked in. I think it's just like she sees it with their eyes, the kind of people that she's up against and the kind of people in power.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of, pushes her to it.
And I think, like, at the beginning of the movie, there's a part of her that kind of somewhat desires a little bit more from her life, as far as, like, she wants to know more about her mother and what she did, and she hopes that her mother was this significant, righteous person. And she learns that her mother wasn't perfect over the course of the movie. And I think that her journey going from, like, curious about the life that her dad and mom once led to going through the trials and tribulations of what that actually looks like and coming out on the other end of it, that journey was really interesting. And then she sort of takes up that at the end of the movie. She kind of goes back out into the fray, as Superman says. But yeah, no, I thought that all was done, like, really well done. What did you think about the ending of the movie?
I thought it was great. For starters, that car chase, like, that just broke my brain, dude. I've never seen a car chase like just totally revolutionary. Like, I mean, people are talking about it, but, like, it's not one of the main points. But, like, that blew me away. 'Cause PTA is not really a guy who's known for action. Off the top of my head, this is probably the first movie, maybe Inherent Vice, I haven't seen that in a while, but that has action in a PTA movie. And all this shot so well, but, like, that car chase toward the end was just so ridiculous and, like, nerve-wracking, and the way he filmed it, just, like, centuries ahead. It's just nice to know that even when there's a car chase in the movie, like, you're in good hands with the best filmmaker alive.
What car chase are you referring to specifically? Because there's several in them. I think I know which one you're referring to, but
like the three cars at the end.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it just, like, totally blew me away. But no, I did like the end of the movie. Like, I like, Leo got back to just hitting his vape, and he's closer with his daughter now.
He got a new phone. He got Instagram, probably.
Yeah, he's taking selfies and stuff. But yeah, no, I really liked the ending. I thought it was really good, just like the rest of this movie. I'm just more happy, like, things that I was kind of worried were going to happen didn't happen.
What were you worried about?
I guess this is something I didn't know going into this movie. Tiana Taylor is in, like, 40 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
And she's just gone. And I kept waiting for her to come back and be like, I'm watching from the shadows, or, I've been doing this or whatever. Like, no, she's just gone with the wind. She snitches, goes in the witness protection program, and then runs away from them. God knows where. They talk about, like, oh, maybe she's in Cuba, maybe she's dead in a ditch. Like, who knows?
Yeah,
I like that she didn't, come back or get to be redeemed. Like, she just got to be this person who, like, kind of sucks in certain ways.
She was, the whole dilemma in the movie is that she was a rat. She ratted out everybody in the French 75, and a lot of them were killed by Stephen J. Lockjaw and his, goons. And, on the surface, I guess that makes her a little bit of a compromised individual, and they kind of get into that during the movie. But there is also the letter at the end of the movie and her desire to want to be the person that she isn't. And she desired to be there for her daughter, but she was not wired that way. She couldn't have done that. She couldn't have been that mother to her. And that's kind of, it's very, like, emotionally resonant. It's very like, emotionally raw and, like, really, really great stuff there. And Tiana Taylor's performance is incredible in the short time that she has in the movie. But yeah, what do you think of that final letter?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like, I did think it was really sweet. I think even though she's not in the movie much, you, like, feel her presence throughout the entire movie, Like I said, it kind of felt like she never left. Like, she was always She might have been right around the corner, ready to step in and do the right thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I did like that letter. I like that there was some kind of closure there. Like I did kind of like that there wasn't, but yeah, it was good. Sweet stuff.
She's I thought such an interesting character, and I thought that the way, they depicted how some people are built for certain moments, and then, struggling to transition into a different part of life, like that, I thought was very interesting to me. Yeah. It's almost like someone who, like, in the military, who, like, comes back from war and it, like, just can't adjust to being back in, like, society, and just is
like, I can't just raise this child. Like, that's not what my life is.
Exactly.
That's not what my purpose is, my calling, all this stuff. Goes and gets herself arrested.
Yep. It's like Point Break. You know how, like, they're just, those guys, Patrick Swayze is just in it for the love of the game and the thrill, the ride, if you will. And to an extent, that's what Tiana Taylor is interested in. She's interested in a little more. She does have that, she does seem to be part of the French 75 for the right reasons, and she wants to, make the world a better place and whatnot. But yeah, no, there's a lot of, she's built for that moment, but doesn't transition into motherhood as well. And that was really great stuff. What else? Sean Penn. Let's talk about Sean Penn a little bit.
Sean freaking Penn, bro.
Yeah. I thought he was so funny.
He was so ridiculously good in this movie. Yep. Like I said, not a great dude. Yada yada yada. Let's get over that. He was so just perfect in this movie.
Yeah.
Like I really think he probably gave the best performance in this movie.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know. I might have to sit on that a little bit. I think everyone was exceptional. Obviously, like Chase Infinity, Leonardo DiCaprio, Regina Hall, who I haven't really talked about.
Regina Hall, really good in this movie. Yeah,
she is really good in this movie. Sad ending for her character, but
yes,
yeah, Sean Penn as Colonel Lockjaw. Just his walk, his talk, his hair,
the way he would move his mouth like that.
Yeah,
that thing.
Just so when he gets shot in the face and he just takes it and he's doing that goofy walk holding a AR just covered in blood.
When he gets out of the car, yeah.
Oh my god, I was dying. I was just like, I'm glad my theater. I've had so many movies this year where people weren't laughing, where I felt like you totally were supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Mainly Weapons. I felt so. I would laugh, like me and my buddy I was seeing. We would laugh and no one else would. And just be like, And like, this movie's supposed to be a funny thing that's happening right now.
Yeah.
But my theater sadly wasn't very full. But people were eating it up, man. He was just so good in the movie, I thought. Such an interesting character. What do they call themselves? The
French 75 or the
No. The Christmas whatever.
Oh, the Christmas Adventurers.
Yeah, the Christmas Adventurers.
Incredible.
Yeah, just like incredible. And like he wants to be in this club. We don't really know. We can all assume kind of what they're about, and obviously all this stuff. So he goes to find who he believes to be his daughter, who is his daughter. But he was so good in it. I love
when he has her by the neck or whatever, and he's like, I am a Christmas adventurer. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is good shit. This is funny. Yeah. And I think, his character is not without nuance as well. He's obviously kind of a shitty guy. But I think it's interesting how he gives you all these different flavors. He's showing you all these different characters and how essentially all of them are after freedom in one way or another. Yeah. Freedom and the idea that what they're doing is significant, I think, in some way. Sean Penn wants to be accepted by the white supremacists, basically. And, with that comes, as Tony Goldwyn said, a superiority over everyone else, basically.
Mm-hmm. And that's how he acts once he gets invited. Like you said, when he's got Willa was Chase Infinity's character's name, right? Yeah, when he's got her, and he's just like, I'm part of the Christmas Adventurers.
Yeah.
And like he's destroying this city just to find this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a Christmas adventurer, so he's above everyone. So let's go ruin this school dance. By the way, do you expect to hear Mo Bamba when you went and bought it?
No, I did not. I was very excited to hear Mo Bamba in the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
This is super random, but I just immediately thought about it. Like, that was like they play Mo Bamba and Shut Up and Dance with Me.
Yes. Yeah.
This was like the first movie with the school dance to like actually play songs you'd actually kind of hear at a school dance. I don't know, kind of how you were talking earlier about that movie with Sean Gunn and how like tech always like that could feel real cringe or whatever. Like I feel like so many movies with like school dances and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like you can just tell it's a bunch of people who are obviously aren't our age, but have like never been around children or like know what's going on in the world. And yeah, it's just that little attention to detail that for someone like me who, I mean, it's been a while since I've been to a school dance, but it hasn't been that long compared to most people.
Yeah, no. We
like,
live this shit, so it's, you know.
But yeah, like he's like destroying this entire city, destroying this chicken cup, but he like all to find this girl so he can be in the Christmas Adventure Club.
Yeah, and I mean, there's even some, you know, it's extremely like it's almost funny how, you know, topical it is for the last couple of weeks.
Like really like obviously like the last couple of years like fashion has been on the rise, but like really the past couple like weeks, it is crazy that
even like the one moment that jumps to my mind is when, you know, there's a big protest going on. They're protesting the lockjaw coming into the Bactan Cross or wherever they are. And one of the cops breaks off and goes to the back of the protest and starts throwing a Molotov cocktail to the front. And then they advance, and then it's like, it's
like you remember when a lot of people were protesting. I mean, people always protest, but like George Floyd, there were just a pile of bricks that just appeared there. And they're like, George Soros, like that guy's not 150 years old, or whatever. But yeah, this movie felt just crazy, uber relevant. I'd say it's probably the defining film of the 2020s. I know we gave that title away a couple of weeks ago.
Literally the last episode.
I think this movie better captures the paranoia, not just like of what it's like to live right now, but the paranoia of living right now. Better than Eddington, because I think we're going to see a lot of people comparing these two movies just because they're both very politically relevant movies.
There's another movie that I saw last week that we're also going to be talking about in the same way.
I figured after I saw that trailer and I knew what it was about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this movie really captures like just the fear, just waiting for something to go wrong. Obviously, Max and I aren't part of the French 75 or nothing like most people aren't. But and like not like the constant fear of like the feds are gonna find where I'm hiding out or whatever. But just like that fear of just I don't know, like ICE is gonna come into your town and just like
I mean they're here in the unmarked vans, and you know, like you know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's happening. It's happening. It's here. It is the world we are living in currently.
Just like total like lawlessness. Not even like just like how open this specific administration is with like all the, in my opinion, evil shit they're doing, or like the rounding up the migrants, like. Not the dangerous criminals, the fucking people waiting at Home Depot to go pave roads and shingle houses for dirt cheap.
You know, working Americans. Yeah.
Just like working, like people, like all the people complain about that, like they're not going to fucking do it. But yeah, like just kind of that, like they're just doing it out in the open. I mean, I try and stay off my phone more and more because it's just everything's so awful. And
It's
just
all
every day there's a new
trash,
video
yeah.
of like I see a woman waiting in immigration court and just her getting tackled by like 3 men. There was an ICE agent yesterday who like was trying to tackle this guy and people were crowding around him and like yelling, and he dropped his gun on the ground, picked it up, and accidentally pointed it at a crowd of people. Like just like that paranoia of like I'm just gonna be chilling somewhere and like something bad is gonna happen because that's just how the world works now, and like the people in power can just do whatever they want to have their way, not the right way, not a way that even reflects the people. I mean, just like there are very few people who decide how everything is and they get to do whatever they want, and we can all say whatever we want. We can all complain on our podcast. We can all complain on Twitter. But we're kind of powerless. I think this movie really captures that. Just fear of just everything sucks and everything's scary, and every day is another day closer to something even worse happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of the big difference I felt between that, because Eddington still has that too. Eddington definitely plays a lot more like silly.
I think this movie is in a key way. I feel like is a lot. When you leave this movie, I felt it's not like you leave feeling like, wow, I feel good about the way the world's going. You don't. Yeah. But I feel like this movie is far more optimistic about the future of humanity than Eddington is. Eddington had like that ending was basically like, we are fucked. If you thought like 2020 was bad, wait till you see what happens for the rest of it. You know, like that's how that ending felt.
Or I think Eddington for me kind of felt like just bad things. It just kind of felt like karma. Like bad things will happen to bad people, and they're just gonna have to end up living their hell.
That's there too. Yeah, that's definitely there too.
Which is definitely something that happens. Not gonna make any examples, but yeah, I think One Bad Life in there did leave me feeling a little more hopeful and like, you know what, everything's gonna be fine. Like this stuff just things work themselves out. There's just stuff that's out of our power, and like that is what it is. But pendulum always swings.
Yeah. Hopefully it swings in a good direction.
Hopefully it swings. You know, if we get elections in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, you know, let's get a little political here. We got 2026. Register to vote.
Register to vote. Unless you like what is going on right now.
We're so not part of the French 75 telling people to vote on this podcast.
No, we'd be doing something if we were part of the French 75.
Yeah, we would. But
voting is a good thing to do, though. It's a good way to feel good about yourself. But yeah, this is just such a good movie. I mean, I'm not surprised. I've been crazy, stupid excited for this movie all year, from the first set photo of Leo at that payphone. Yeah, this just totally blew away my high expectations.
Have you played any of the Fortnite stuff?
No, I need to before it's gone.
Okay, yeah. We gotta do that.
We could do that. That could be fun. But yeah, movie of the year for me. Would you go there? Or you got a little something.
I'm not going there yet. I don't want to say where it. I just recently made my top 12 private because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Gotta be secret for the sneakies. Coming up.
I should get on that.
But yeah, no, I'm not going movie of the year quite yet. But it's up there. I'm
definitely gonna go check this out a couple more times in theaters. Try and see it just on film. Probably not IMAX film, because the closest one to me is Dallas. But yeah, I mean, it just blew me away. We still got Avatar 3. That's probably gonna be movie of the year if we're being honest with ourselves. But
yeah, well, Avatar and Marty Supreme on the same day, bro.
I don't think it is the same day.
It's like within the same week.
It's either
same day or
Marty's Christmas Day, which is pretty baller. Marty Supreme comes out on Christmas Day.
That I tell you, we're getting back to it. Uncut Gems came out on Christmas. That's like someone asked me this week, what are your favorite Christmas movies or movies to put on during Christmas? And I said, Holdovers, Hugo, Uncut Gems. And Uncut Gems is not a Christmas movie.
No.
In its, if you just put it on in a vacuum, it doesn't really feel like a Christmas movie. But seeing that movie on Christmas that's just like core memory up here. So that's a Christmas movie now.
That is. Anything else about One Battle After Another, Max?
Also a Christmas movie, interestingly enough. The Christmas Adventurers, bro.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no. Great movie.
Go see this. If you are listening to this, you are kind of interested in movies at the least. Mm-hmm. Go pay money to go see this movie. I promise you can sit down. The world's not going to explode. Just go enjoy this. Like, we do not get movies like this. We are not going to get another movie like this. This scope and this scale with this much to say. I can't wait to see what PTA does next. I hope it's that Denzel movie he's been talking about forever. Because
Denzel movie.
Denzel has been begging to work with PTA for years. Maybe it'll be another Daniel Day-Lewis one now that he's doing movies again. Even though apparently he never retired. But yeah, anything else on One Battle After Another? PTA, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, anything?
No, I mean, this receives the sneaking into the movie's highest honors, the seal of approval, if you will. Go watch
Total
this.
seal of approval. Yeah, it's good to be back. I think we got the Smashing Machine next week, right? Or is that 2 weeks?
Yes, that is next week. That is October 3rd.
We got that coming up. We got Tron coming up. I get to see Begonia, and we can talk about it.
Yep.
Frankenstein. It's gonna be a good month here at Sneaking in the Movies.
Yep.
Hopefully, we got a lot of good things to say. So yeah, anything else, Max?
Nope. Thank you for sneaking in, and we'll see you next time.
See y'all next time.